Hello and welcome to the Expertly German Podcast, the Podcast to learn German. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zum Expertly German Podcast, dem Podcast zum Deutschlernen. And today's episode is about avoiding these 8 false friends. There are some words in the German language that sound like almost like a direct translation into English, but they are not. They are false friends. And I will tell you those 8 false friends today. But before we start, the saying of today is auf dicke Hose machen. Auf dicke Hose machen. Okay, what does that mean? So the direct translation is something like, well, to make on a fat trousers, to make on fat trousers or big trousers or something like that. Well, what it actually means, auf dicke Hose machen, is to brag. For example, you could say, mach nicht so einen auf dicke Hose. Mach nicht so einen auf dicke Hose. That's something like, don't brag so much. Auf dicke Hose machen is kind of like a colloquial way to kind of tell other people, keep it quiet, like don't show off too much. Okay, before we start today's lesson, I am offering now for a short period of time my business German course with a 30% discount. Just use the discount code Learn German, all capital letters, and the link is in the show notes below. All right, so let's start with the lesson. The first false friends that I've chosen here is aktuell. Aktuell. Well, a lot of people think that it means actual, but what it really means is current. So aktuell in German is current. Something like aktuell haben wir schönes Wetter. Something like that. So currently we have nice weather. The English one, then actual, the German word for that would be wirklich oder tatsächlich. Okay, and the second one is also. Also. So the word also is not also. The word also in German means so. Pretty much like you would use that in English. Also, was machen wir jetzt? So, what do we do now? Yeah. The other one, the direct translation, if you would say also, if you would wrongly translate this to also, the German word for also would be auch. Auch. Ja. Also ich mache das auch. I also do that. Ja. Ich mache das auch. Okay, number 3 is das Gift. Number 3 ist das Gift. So the direct translation you could think is the gift, but no, this is a very false friend. Das Gift actually means the poison. That is very different to a present. So das Gift in German is the poison, and well, the false friend. So if you would think that in English that would be the gift, the German word for the gift, the English the gift, is das Geschenk. Ich habe ein Geschenk bekommen. I received a gift. I got a gift. Yeah. So again, das Gift is the poison, and the English the gift is das Geschenk. Number 4, der Lohn. Der Lohn, which is the salary. It is not the loan. It's not the credit or the money that you get from the bank. Der Lohn is the salary, and the loan, the German word for the loan is der Kredit oder das Darlehen. Der Kredit oder das Darlehen. Number 5, der Rat, which actually is not the rat, which is exactly written the same way. It is the advice. Der Rat. You might know the German word Rathaus, das Rathaus, which is the mayor's house, the mayor's office. So das Rathaus would be then something like the house of advice. So der Rat is the advice, and then the rat in German is die Ratte, die Ratte. Yeah, you just write this with a double T because the A is short, not die Rate, but die Ratte. All right, number 6, der See, which is not the sea, it is the lake. Der See is the lake. The sea in German is das Meer or die See. So die See, the feminine one, could be used for the sea, for the ocean, but der See is the lake. Well, don't really ask me why that is the case. I think that's a bit confusing. I usually use das Meer for the sea or the ocean, das Meer. For example, das Mittelmeer, the Mediterranean Sea, the middle ocean, the middle sea. So der See, the lake, the sea, das Meer. Okay, and number 7, we are almost at the end. Number 7 is seriös, which is not serious. Seriös is something like respectable. Yeah, it kind of, I guess, has a similarity to the serious, but seriös is respectable. For example, ich mache Geschäfte oder ich mache ein Geschäft mit einem seriösen Geschäftsmann. Yeah, I do a deal with a very respectable business person. Yeah. So seriös is different to serious. Serious, the German translation would be ernst. Sei nicht so ernst. Don't be so serious. Sei nicht so ernst. Funny note here that Ernst is actually also a German first name. Well, it's a more traditional German first name, but still, I think that's quite funny that you have a serious as a German first name. Anyway, number 8 and the last one, which is wandern. Wandern is to hike. Now, here is a verb to hike, wandern. It is not to wander. It's not like to walk around aimlessly, which in German would be ziellos herumstreifen. Ziellos herumstreifen. Well, that is, yeah, it sounds a little bit difficult. I will put this in the document that you can download. It's in the show notes below as well. So, wandern is to hike and not to wander, which is more like ziellos herumstreifen. All right, so these were all of the 8 false friends that I wanted to talk to you about today. There are a lot more. Maybe I can do another episode at some point about those as well, if you guys like it. So let's do a little recap. We have aktuell, which is not actual. We have also, which is not also. We have das Gift, which is not the gift. We have der Lohn, which is not the loan. We have der Rad, which is not the rat. We have der See, which is not the sea. We have seriös, which is not serious, and wandern, which is not to wander. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Bis bald!